Sorry guys, my apologies. I accidentally clicked stop recording instead of pause. So we're gonna go into concept number C in this, and it is environmental logic. Okay, and it's logically different than perception and the fields. You gotta. This is more of like the actual stuff, right? So this is more of the base stuff. This is interpretation, and this is the environment. Okay, environmentally related, and it's based on logic. Okay, how you will act on these things. Okay, and to know is that logic is not fixed; it is shift with context. Environmental logic argues rationality behaves like a fluid. Okay, it expands, collapses, or reverses depending on the situation. Logic is a tool of context, not a universal constant. That is a very important idea. Logic is a tool of context, not a universal constant. Okay? Situational rationality. That is 3A. And basically, people adopt different rational frameworks depending on urgency or emotional tone. Okay? Let's take emergencies, for example. Say you're in an emergency. You require efficiency rather than morality. You will get to the hospital as fast as you can than to put other people's feelings ahead of you. Or short-term memorization on exams. So, like for your guys' exams, short-term over long-term. And there's no constant logical situation. There's no constant logic, only situational logic. Okay, 3B. Getting through it. Fluid logic principle. This is a principle, okay? Which, what is rational in one environment may be irrational in another. So this is kind of going back into our first concepts about opposites, all right? And there's bound to be a contrasting idea, MJ's law. Definition, right? Or examples. Running is rational during a fire, irrational during a class presentation. Or vulnerability is rational in therapy, irrational in corporate meetings. And summary, just a brief summary, fluid logic is the opposite of absolute logic. There's two contrasting ideas in this. Okay, the last one is 3C, which is adaptive truth theory, which is truth shifts based on needs, risks, goals, and survival context. Truths get discarded when environment changes. People adopt truths that help them survive, not necessarily ones that are accurate. And many truths are emotionally tools, not objective constants. So people do things based on the needs or what keeps them going. And that's the adaptive truth theory. They will do anything. So, for example, hope is true for the homeless, hope is true for the hopeless, unnecessary for the empowered. Fear is true in danger, false is in safety. Okay? And the big idea here is truth is not a constant state, it is a conditional state. And that is practically what Vibarinzaistism is that it is truth as a whole in an environment. How you perceive things in an environment, let's say like in school compared to, on a baseball field, right? They're two different things. You gotta interpret it in different ways. You're not gonna be running in this class, but you're gonna be running here. It's two different things. And the whole point in what I'm trying to get with Vibarinization is that always adjust your truth to the environment. Or not. Remember, the decision's up to you, not me.